Initiative, self-discipline is not a word, it is a lifestyle. It is the invisible force that separates the weak from the strong, the average from the exceptional, the dreamers from the doers. When people talk about peace, they think it means sitting in silence or avoiding problems. No. Real peace is when your mind is strong enough to handle any pressure life throws at you. Real peace is when you no longer argue with yourself every morning about whether you should do what needs to be done. You simply do it. And that comes from discipline. Think about it, Tiv. Most people wake up tired not because their body is exhausted, but because their soul carries the weight of procrastination. They know there are things they should do. They know there are goals they should chase. They know they are capable of more. But every day they delay it. Every day they postpone their greatness. And that delay slowly steals their peace. Peace doesn't leave suddenly. It fades every time you betray your potential. Every time you skip the gym. Every time you avoid studying, every time you waste hours doing nothing meaningful, your self-respect dies a little. The human spirit is not designed for laziness. That's why undisciplined people are always anxious, frustrated, and easily distracted. Deep inside, they know they are running from responsibility. Self-discipline is freedom. People misunderstand that. They think discipline means living without joy, without fun, without comfort. The truth is the opposite. Discipline gives you the power to enjoy your life without guilt. It gives you the right to be proud of yourself. When you work hard on yourself, your body, your mind, your goals, you earn peace. You walk differently. You think differently. You speak differently. You no longer need approval because you validate yourself through action. If discipline isn't something you wait to feel motivated for, you don't build discipline on emotion. You build it on commitment. Some days you will feel tired. Some days you won't be in the mood. Some days you will have excuses ready to protect your comfort. But that's exactly when discipline matters most. Average people do things only when they feel like it. Great people do it no matter what. Discipline is choosing progress over pleasure, dedication over distraction, and purpose over procrastination. Every successful person you admire, whether in business, leadership, or personal transformation, didn't get there by chance. They built their lives brick by brick through habits. Success is not built in a single dramatic moment. It is built in silent mornings, focused evenings, repeated actions, and relentless consistency. When you take control of your habits, you take control of your destiny. Start small if you must. Wake up earlier than usual. Read 10 pages a day. Train your body at least 30 minutes. Plan your day before it begins. Remove distractions. Track your progress. These simple actions reshape your identity. It's not about perfection, it's about consistency. Every time you choose discipline, you strengthen your mind. Every time you win a battle against laziness, you become a stronger version of yourself. And the stronger your mind becomes, the more peaceful your life gets because true peace is earned. Without discipline, dreams stay dreams. With discipline, dreams become plans and plans become reality. Discipline is the foundation of success, and without it, nothing great can be built. So before you chase comfort, before you chase pleasure, before you chase recognition, build discipline, because discipline builds everything else. Initiative, your environment is one of the most powerful forces shaping your life. Yet most people never take the time to evaluate it. They don't realize their mind is being programmed every day by the people they spend time with, the conversations they allow, and the energy they surround themselves with. You can have goals, ambition, and talent, but if you are surrounded by people who drain your focus, your growth will always be limited. Your environment can either be a greenhouse where your potential grows or a graveyard where your dreams slowly die. Look closely at the people near you. Inspire you or exhaust you? Do they speak about ideas, hustle, and progress? Or do they gossip, complain, and settle for less? Initiative. It's impossible to stay committed to self-improvement when everyone around you is addicted to distractions. It's impossible to think big when everyone near you thinks small. Initiative energy is contagious, and whether you like it or not, you absorb the habits and mindset of the people around you. If you surround yourself with losers, you will become one. If you surround yourself with people who make excuses, you will start making excuses. But when you surround yourself with focused, disciplined, and driven individuals, your standards rise automatically. Some of you wonder why your life isn't moving forward. You're working hard, but your mind still feels heavy. You're trying to grow, but you feel blocked. The truth is, it's not always your effort that's the problem, it's your environment. Sometimes growth requires separation. That doesn't mean you hate the people you distance yourself from. It means you respect your future enough to protect it. It means you cannot stay around people who constantly sabotage your peace, your focus, and your belief in yourself. Most people stay stuck because they're afraid to outgrow their circle. They fear judgment. They fear being alone. They fear losing approval. But the reality is simple. If you want a new life, you must be willing to lose your old one. And that includes the people who are not meant to go where you're going. It takes courage to walk away from familiar faces who bring familiar pain. It takes strength to choose your growth over comfort. But if you want to succeed, you will have to make that decision again and again. Protect your environment like your life depends on it, because it does. Guard your mind from negativity. Initiative. Distance yourself from people who waste your time. Say no to fake friendships that only exist because of convenience. Build an environment that forces you to level up. Spend time with people who talk about purpose, business, self-improvement strategy, legacy, discipline, and growth. Create a circle that inspires you to push harder, to think smarter, and to stay hungry. If you can't find such people yet, then be alone and build yourself until you attract better. Isolation is better than toxic company. Silence is better than nonsense. Growth is better than approval. The people around you will either sharpen you or destroy you, so choose wisely, because your environment shapes your future. Growth is not a comfortable experience. It doesn't happen when life is easy or when everything feels familiar. Growth happens when you step into the unknown, when you walk alone, when you choose the difficult path that others avoid. The world is full of people who want success, but very few are willing to pay the price of isolation and sacrifice that success demands. You cannot transform your life without first transforming yourself. Transformation always begins in silence, away from the noise, away from distraction, away from the crowd. Initiative. There will come a moment in your life when you realize that not everyone can go where you're going. Not everyone will understand your hunger. Not everyone will support your ambition. Some people will applaud you only as long as you remain on their level, but the moment you start to rise, you become a threat to their comfort. So when your journey begins to feel lonely, don't be discouraged. That loneliness is not a sign that you are losing. It is a sign that you are evolving. The truth is, growth demands sacrifice. You have to be willing to let go of temporary pleasures for long-term power. You have to sacrifice late nights for early mornings, entertainment for education, comfort for consistency. You may have to skip parties, ignore gossip, and reject anything that steals your time and weakens your focus. Most people don't understand this, and that's why most people stay average. They want results without discipline. They want success without struggle. They want rewards without sacrifice. But the universe does not work like that. Everything has a price, and the price of greatness is paid in lonely hours of hard work and relentless commitment. Isolation is not punishment, it is preparation. When you are alone, you discover who you truly are. You discover your weaknesses and learn how to conquer them. You discover your strengths and learn how to sharpen them. You discover your purpose and build an unbreakable relationship with yourself. Isolation gives you clarity about your goals, your mission, and the type of life you are meant to build. When distractions are removed, focus becomes natural. When noise is removed, purpose becomes louder. During this phase, people will judge you. They will say you've changed. They will call you distant, cold, selfish, or arrogant. Let them talk. They only see the surface. Initiative. They don't see the battle inside you. They don't see the war you're fighting to become better. Growth is misunderstood by the weak because the mindset of growth exposes their excuses. But remember this, you are not obligated to stay the same version of yourself just to make others comfortable. Your future is worth more than their opinions. This journey is not supposed to feel easy. If it did, everyone would be successful. Embrace the struggle, because struggle is proof that you are pushing your limits. And pushing your limits is the only way to unlock your potential. Build yourself in silence, train your body, strengthen your mind, work on your goals, study your craft, invest in your purpose. And when the time is right, your results will speak so loud that the world will have no choice but to listen. Growth requires sacrifice and isolation, but both are temporary. Greatness is forever. Power doesn't begin with strength, it begins with emotional control. The difference between people who win and people who break is not intelligence, money, or luck. It's their ability to control their emotions in moments of pressure. Anyone can appear confident when life is easy, but your true character is revealed when things fall apart. Emotional control doesn't mean you feel nothing. Initiative. It means you are stronger than what you feel. It means you respond with purpose, not react with panic. Emotions are powerful. They can build you or destroy you. Anger can make you fight for your dreams or make you fight people for no reason. Fear can protect you from danger or paralyze you from opportunity. Pain can make you bitter or it can make you wiser. What separates the strong from the weak isn't emotions. It's the discipline to control them. The one who learns to master emotion becomes unshackable. Most people lose focus because they let their emotions lead them. They react without thinking. Initiative. They argue with people who don't matter. They allow anger to ruin opportunities. They let fear hold them back from taking action. They allow sadness to make them give up. But their emotions become their enemy, and they don't even realize it. You will never have peace as long as your emotions control you. Emotional chaos is a silent prison that keeps millions stuck in average lives. Control your reaction. That is where real power lies. Someone disrespects you. Stay calm. Life throws a setback at you. Stay calm. Your plans, stay calm. Calm is not weakness. Calm is calculation. When you control your reactions, you stay focused on solutions instead of problems. You protect your energy instead of wasting it. You make smart decisions instead of emotional ones. That is how warriors think. They don't fight every battle. They fight only the ones that matter. Life is not fair and people will test you. They will doubt you, hate you, and try to trigger you. But never allow someone else's behavior to control yours. The moment you react emotionally to negativity, you give your power away. When your enemy knows how to control your emotions, they control your destiny. Never let that happen. Protect your peace by mastering your reactions. Not everything needs a response. Silence is strategy. Self-control is strength. Emotional control is a skill, one that must be trained daily. Do not chase instant reactions, chase intelligent responses. When you get angry, breathe before you speak. When you feel fear, move forward anyway. When you feel doubt, remind yourself why you started. When you feel weak, remember your vision. You don't escape emotions by avoiding them, you conquer them by facing them. People often say, follow your heart. That sounds nice, but it is dangerous if your heart is not trained. The heart feels, but it can also deceive. Follow your purpose and use your emotions as fuel, not as the driver. Feel deeply. Think clearly, because life does not reward emotional decisions. Life rewards disciplined ones. Emotional control leads to power, and the one who masters it becomes unstoppable. Initiative. Most people never reach their true potential because they spend their lives trapped in the prison of other people's opinions. They wake up thinking about what others will say. Abandon their goals because someone laughed at them. They hold back their talent because they are afraid of criticism. And in the end, they die full of regrets. Initiative, wondering what could have been if they had the courage to focus on their own purpose. Living for approval is the fastest way to lose yourself. The moment you start caring more about how people see you than what you are becoming, you surrender your destiny to their judgment. The truth is simple: people will always talk. No matter what you do, someone will have something to say, good or bad. If you fail, they will criticize you. If you succeed, they will still criticize you. If you stay silent, they will question you. If you speak up, they will judge you. So why bother living according to their expectations? You might as well live boldly, honestly, and fully committed to your mission. You weren't born to be liked. You were born to build, to grow, to contribute, to make an impact. Purpose gives life direction. Without purpose, initiative, you drift. You wake up confused. You jump from distraction to distraction. You waste time because you don't know where you're going. But when you discover your purpose, clarity enters your life. You stop chasing trends and start chasing progress. You stop seeking validation and start seeking mastery. You stop competing with people and start competing with who you were yesterday. Purpose brings discipline. Purpose brings focus. Purpose brings power. And purpose brings peace. Initiative. Because once you know who you are and what you're here to do, the noise around you loses importance. Too many people quit their dreams because someone close to them doubted them. But remember this, the vision was given to you, not them. They don't need to understand it. They don't need to believe in it. It is not their responsibility to support you. Initiative, it is your responsibility to build it. There will be people who think you are crazy for believing in yourself. Let them think that. The world has never been changed by people who played safe and stayed silent just to fit in. Every great story began with a person who ignored opinions and followed conviction. Protect your mind from the poison of judgment. People talk based on their own fears, limitations, and insecurities. When they say you can't do it, initiative, what they really mean is they can't do it. When they say your dreams are unrealistic, what they really mean is they never had the courage to chase theirs. Never let small minds close the door to big dreams. Your life is your responsibility. No one else will build it for you. No one else will suffer for you. No one else will fight for you. So why let someone else control your choices? You were not born to repeat the life everyone else is living. You were born to become something greater. So move with purpose. Stay focused, embrace the grind, and let your results silence every doubt. Because when you focus on purpose, not opinions, you become unstoppable. In the end, initiative, everything comes down to a simple truth: your life is your responsibility. No one is coming to save you, no one will hand you success, and no one will fight your battles for you. It is you versus your excuses, you versus your fears, you versus your distractions, and you versus your old self. The world will only respect you when you respect yourself. Respect comes from discipline, power comes from emotional control. Success comes from focus, peace comes from protecting your energy, and growth comes from sacrifice. Stop waiting for the right moment, create it. Stop expecting support, be your own motivation. Stop wishing and start building. You have a purpose inside you, initiative, something only you can bring to this world. But purpose means nothing without action. So build your mind, strengthen your habits, protect your peace, Surround yourself with purpose. Focus on growth. Work in silence. Believe without doubt. Move without fear. You don't need approval. You don't need permission. You need commitment. This is your time. Your story is still being written, so choose discipline over comfort, purpose over opinions, and growth over everything, because your future depends on it.